please subscribe. Please like and follow, subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're gonna do some jams right now. Appreciate you guys coming in.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it.
We're going home now. It's getting later, baby. Going home now. It's getting later, baby. We're going home now. It's getting later, baby. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Radiohead. If you follow, subscribe, I'll play it right now. If you bust me a follow, a subscribe over here, a free one, up top below, I will play you Fake Plastic Trees. The green plastic watering can, fake Chinese rubber band. It's my friend's uncle, Tom York. I know him very well. He's coming in and out of the house growing up. My old bandmate. Green plastic, and he would never play songs when he'd come in the studio because just tired from touring, right? Back in the day when I was younger. No, he would never play a song even if we begged him. No, I'm tired. I'm effing tired. Plastic watering can on a fake Chinese rubber band. Can you get us now? I forgot how it goes, but try my best for you. Phillies. For a fake Chinese rubber man. I'm mostly an original song player. I usually don't play anybody's songs, but hit me right at the right time, so I don't mind. It wears around. How's that? There it is. Wears around. Wears around. Here comes the gentleman. It's the mountains down. Off the Dome, dude. Off the Dome. I have no idea. It's the first time I've ever played it, but I know of his songs. So I know Radiohead songs. I've heard them before. She looks like a broken man with a broken hand. Dude, that Off the Dome. Off the Dome, bro. I don't know perfection. I swear I only play original songs. But I give it a go just because you want it, man. And guess wells around. And if I could be who you wanted, and if I could see who you needed, I'd be all the time. And if I could be who you wanted, and if I could see who you needed, be there all the time, all the time. Regular. No lefty, I'm righty. All day. Righty tighty. That was my rendition of Plastic Trees, best I could, brother, off the top of the dome. Just for you, man. I rarely do it because I have more fun just jamming my own tunes. I literally don't know how to jam anybody else's tunes. You know what I mean? Every band I've been in, it's been original. It's always been original. That's where I have most fun, is just trying to make up songs. Feliz, Demolisher. Demolisher, dude. You're welcome. Yeah. My whole life has always been just original songs. I don't ever like do covers. It's just not as fun for me. I'd rather try to make up songs. It's more fun to make up songs than try to do covers and stuff, copy people's stuff. Because I'm so used to that mode. Because every band I've been in, it's just we'll just make music. You know what I mean? We'll get together in a room and we'll just jam. You know what I mean? And we won't do any covers ever. It's just trying to make original stuff. And so my mindset is just wired for that. Just jam. You know what I mean? Trying to make up stuff. So yeah. All in good fun though. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm mostly a tapper. I tap, I do rhythm guitar, usually background vocals, rhythm guitar, or like tappy math rock band kind of stuff with like background vocals or scream vocals, background. I'm mostly the background guy, rhythm guitar player. Right on, brother. Hella sick. No worries, we're filming. Even when you go, we're still filming. I have to talk, you know what I mean? So camera's rolling. It gets recorded and puts on YouTube. So but yeah, dude, like I mostly do tap, rhythm guitar, I produce all original music. Yeah. I mostly fall into like the rock alternative category. That's just what I've done my whole life. Like been in metalcore bands, like punk rock bands, like straight rock and roll bands. Very easy stuff, nothing too crazy. More I fall in the lines between like Coheed and Cambria, like Thrice, like a lot of tap rock kind of bands, like Follow Troy. People have like they've cornered me into bands like Follow Troy, like Follow. If you ever heard of the Follow Troy, I guess they're a Washington like math rock post hardcore band. That's usually what I get falled into, or like thrice kind of style, or like Coheed and Cambria, or like that kind of stuff. A lot of Midwest. I have a lot of Midwest influence and stuff like that too. Like all kind of older Midwest emo kind of stuff. I get categorized a lot into like emo alternative kind of music, um, and just what I grew up listening to is what I like. Yeah. Like, and I really enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's what I can do. I only jam what I can jam. I love to jam, and I jam what I can. Best I could describe. Um, I like everything though. I enjoy listening to a lot of stuff. But I love to I love to write music. I love to produce tracks, like put them out there online and stuff like that. More than anything, and play live. My two favorite things, right? Making songs from original scratch, chicken scratch, record and produce them on track on top of like whatever, Pro Tool or Logic Pro. Um, yeah, of course, one of my favorite bands of all time, man, Kurt Cobain, of course, dude. Um, that's the whole reason why I started playing music, dude. Was Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, dude. Like growing up, I was like the first thing I was like, dude, I want to get as close as I can to Kurt, and I'm being serious. I'm not even like joking around. Like ever since I was little, I was like, I want to get as close as I can to busting like Kurt Cobain style kind of music. You know what I mean? I love the easy, but I love it sounding good too. I am not a huge fan of my voice, to be honest with you, but a lot of people like it. You know what I mean? Like, I try to bust the Kurt Cobain. Let's just be honest, right? I try to do the Kurt Cobain thing, but I have my own vocal tone and I have my own guitar kind of style that I can do both with on each track. So I just do the best that I can that I know how to. You know what I mean? Like everybody picks up guitar and they're like, go. And I'm just showing you guys what I can do. And so one of my favorite things to do is slow songs, of course, like Midwest emo. I'm a big fan of like so many bands. I mean, like if you follow music, of course, like if you can pull off a good Nirvana, like every song is gold. And I've ran into a lot of. I'm a busker type of musician too. Like don't get me, I'm like an arena. I'm an arena rock like guitar player. Don't get me wrong. I've played arenas. I've played like venues, music venues, restaurants, bars. But I'm telling you, like, if you ever run into like a really good like Nirvana cover artist, like every song is fire. Usually, like if you hear them, they're like, "Fuck, this is good." They can pull it off good. And I've ran into a couple of them in my lifetime. I'm hitting almost 40 next year, so I've been around. You know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of really good Nirvana, Kurt Cobain cover artists. They're like they kill it. You know what I mean? When they're right in front of you and they're jamming, like it's good. Like epic, super sick sounding. And some guys have their own different style, different versions of how they do it, and it's usually really sick. Like every song. Even like lesser known ones, especially about a girl and like different. Polly whatever, Polly want a cracker or whatever. They're so good. I mean, listen, like find yourself on YouTube like a really good like Kurt Cobain cover artist for his songs. They kill it like 100% of the time. Yeah, so I'm a big, huge fan. Like one of top for sure, top 10 of all time Nirvana. I mean, they're my bread and butter. Like I'm at that age where like they just came out when I was younger. Like perfect time, right? Like 12, 13, 14, 15, they came out for me, right? And Yeah, I've been a fan ever since day one. You know, it's the reason, like my whole reason for playing music. I have to be honest. When I first started, it was of course Nirvana, it was, and then it was like Sublime, like very first, like people who got me inspired, like pick up a guitar and jam, right? Go to the stereo, the boombox, and like keep rewinding the songs and try to figure it out, right? It was Nirvana, Sublime, and Blink 182 all day long. Was those guys, you know? I quickly grew out of them. You know, Green Day too. Green Day was a huge thing for me growing up. Easy, just one, two chord, three chord, four chord progression, and songs, lyrics, right, singing. So those four guys were huge influences on me growing up, and probably I owe them a lot of thanks. You know what I mean? Because look at me, I'm a musician now. Growing up, like it's a toy for me. I don't put it down. You know what I mean? I'm the kind of guy that I can be happy playing music all day, every day. You know what I mean? So, and I love to play all kind of stuff, easy stuff, hard stuff. Um, I gravitate more towards the tapping these days, more towards tapping with like folky stuff, and try to sing to it. That's just more my forte of what I've come to like the most. Unless you start getting into like effects pedals and wall pedals and stuff like that, then I go crazy. Like it becomes a jam after that, right? So, more of an experimenter. Try to make original songs and stuff like that. So, and it's always like math rocky. It's always like post hardcore. It's always like kind of a little bit of aggressive or maybe kind of like fast paced vocals, kind of faster paced songs and stuff like that. So, um, and it just comes out that way. I'm sure if I jumped in the laptop and made like slower beats, the vocals would come out slower in each song. So I definitely go a lot of different rabbit hole routes. I go through a lot of phases. Let's just say like this experimentation, right? Because music is endless. So I'll be in like 20 different places. Like be doing EDM one day, then I'll just do straight folk rock, acoustic, and singing. Then I'll just do a straight instrumental thing the other day. So my mind's kind of all over the place when it comes to like creating music, especially listening to music as well too. Like my taste like branched out so much since I was little. Yeah, like since I was 15, 20, 25, 30. I would dabble here and there, mostly rock and roll. I dabble in all kind of other different stuff, and then these days it's just all over the map. You know what I mean? It's mostly rock though. If I have to like really corner myself, haven't tried Amplitude yet. Have no idea what that is. But yeah, of course, as you grow older, you get into different kind of stuff. Your mind gets, you like to venture out to different experimental types of sounds, right? Of course, as a musician, right, you're always learning, feeding yourself with new songs, learning this and that, experimenting with different types of sounds, different types of song structures, all that kind of stuff, right? It gets crazy really quick, right? So that's one thing is though, but I mean, I tell you what, if I had to pick one genre that I love to do, and it's not very popular, at least in my circles. Like, I mean, oh, that's really cool. I got to check it out. Amp Simulator on computer. Yeah, for sure, Liam. I'll check it out for sure. I haven't even heard of it yet. You know what I mean? I don't know everything, so news to me, buddy. I'll check it out. We're filming right now, but that's one thing is, dude. Like I love me a good acoustic guitar and just singing over the top of it. I've always been like a really big fan of raw. Like if you ask me if I wanted to go see like celebrity rock stars like on stage in an arena or like at like a no-name bar, I'd rather go to a no-name bar and just go watch them play just raw acoustic. That's just me personally. That's my taste, right? I love me the sound of just a really good acoustic guitar and some really good vocals, right? Whether it's a duo, whether it's solo, whatever you have. Yeah, I love the raw, right? It's a raw acoustic and it just sounds good to me. I just enjoy it, right? So that's what I do. I'm very big into just solo stuff. You know what I mean? I do have a couple of music projects, like rock and roll projects and all that kind of stuff. Very simple instrumentation with a bit of vocals. So if I had to box myself into a category, I'd probably put myself into like singer, songwriter, like more in the rock and roll kind of a scene than anything. Oh, dude, Menagil. Oh, bro, come on now. Don't be going nuts at me just yet, dude. You know, calling me gay on here ain't the coolest thing in the world, right, buddy? That's a funny question. Why are you gay? I don't know, Menagil. You might have to ask yourself that. You know what I mean? Deeply. If you're wondering, if that bothers you. Um, I'm sure I'd knock you out though if we were in person though. So I'm pretty sure the gay department would be in your arena. But what is it? Do you like the MTV Unplugged Nirvana? Of course, dude. Yeah, of course. Um, who doesn't, right? Anything Nirvana is really good. I mean, Kurt Cobain was, of course. If you want to go into the topic of Kurt Cobain, of course, right? Of course, he's one of the greatest singers ever that hit the scene. If you think about it, just my personal opinion, but I'm just a huge Nirvana fan. I'm a huge Kurt Cobain fan. Um, so there's nothing. I love his later albums. There was all this punk rock kind of fast, kind of noisy, sketchy stuff in the beginning, which wasn't my taste. I wasn't a part of that scene. But of course, when the MTV Nevermind and all that kind of stuff, In Bloom came out and all that stuff, of course, it's the sickest shit of all time, right? With Kurt's vocals, of course, he's had that voice, right? I mean, nobody could emulate him. I mean, you could try. I mean, anybody could record, but did it sound as good as him? No. I mean, his voice was gold for it, right? So, I mean, can't really beat the king, dude. You know, he's like a Bob Marley of rock and roll. I mean, let's be honest. If we're all to sit in a room and say who's one of the sickest rock star singers of all time, I'm pretty sure out of 6 billion people, the consensus would be like, fuck, Kurt was up there with like top 100 for sure. For sure. I mean, fuck, just the vocals just sound good. I'm a huge vocal like fan, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's all about the vocals, like 100%. Like, you kidding me? I've been spending my whole life trying to make some good vocal tracks. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to do. I mean, you can't really fake it. I mean, you can put vocal effects on you and all that kind of stuff, but if you're good and it sounds good, it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? If it's not, it's not. It's that simple. And everybody has their own cup of tea. Everybody has their own cup of tea. You know what I mean? Some people think Beastie Boys are really sick. Some people think Nirvana's really sick. Some people think Pearl Jam's the sickest. You know what I mean? Some people think Korn's the sick. It's just wine at that point, right? So, I mean, if you're going towards the wine alley, I mean, Nirvana's like my top 10 of all time. For sure. To the end of time, till I die. I always think Kurt Cobain was one of the sickest singers of all time. That's just me personally. Depends what you've experienced too. I mean, there's a gazillion artists out there. You know what I mean? Elvis, Bob Marley. Dude, I'm not even gonna jump into that, but I mean, there's a good, right? There's a gazillion really good guys that came and went from different eras, and people know of them and or not. So it's all a matter of taste, what you've experienced, right? What you've seen in person or what you heard over the radio. You know what I mean? Or what you've researched. Yeah, so as far as music goes, yes, vocals is number one in my book. I mean, you could have the sickest jams of all time, but if the vocals are fucking it up, I'm sorry, but it just messes up the song heavily. And so, but it's just the truth. If the vocals nail it, and it's just like, for example, take the band Taking Back Sunday, right? With the Kind, Adam, and what's his name? Whoever's the second guy behind him. Those two guys kill it, especially Adam, the front guy, right? Just think about that for a second. How good is Taking Back Sunday? When you hear their songs, right? Really fucking good. Like, of all time, right? I mean, think about any song you could think of, and then think about Taking Back Sunday, like any song almost. Like Adam Lazzara is like one of the best singers up there with Kurt Cobain of all time, if you ask me. Now I'm just telling you guys my taste. You know what I mean? Um, who else? Coheed and Cambria. Have you guys heard of Coheed and Cambria? Claudio Sanchez. Claudio Sanchez, dude. How good are his vocals? How sick is he at playing guitar with his vocals? One of the sickest singers of all time. And that's what I'm saying is there's a ton of really, really majorly super iconic celebrity guys already. I mean, there's a huge field of them. Like there's hundreds and hundreds of guys, right? If you think at the top of your head, not so many, but like there's hundreds of really amazing artists. You know, I don't consider myself the best by any stretch of the imagination, but I keep playing music because I know I have a couple good songs still yet to come. You know what I mean? Like I know for sure. So that's why I still pursue music, is because I feel like I have like a really good couple songs in me. That's always, of course, dude. Yeah, it's got to be a good mix of vocals and guitar. Of course, Leon. That's one thing is with me too, especially like it has to be, bro. Like the guitar tone has to be there. The good jams have to be there, and especially the good vocals. It makes or break the song, if you ask me. That's just my 2 cents. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of instrumental music, of course. Like post rock, like Mogwai, like Explosions in the Sky, like you name it. I mean, there's a gazillion bands, right? Just like in the math rock scene and just post-hardcore, post-rock scene. Just really good tappers, really good jammers, really good songwriters, right? In general. Toe, Japanese band or whatever. Fucking so many. You guys know what I'm talking about too. So many good jammers, dude. Like, especially in the metalcore scene, the fucking prog rock and all that. Really good jammers everywhere you go down the stretch. So I mean, dude, like it's super nuts. It's super nuts. It's really good jammers everywhere. I don't consider myself even close to people I've seen. You know what I mean? I've experienced personally live. You know, so that's one thing is, dude, like it's always about pursuit. You know what I mean? Peace out, Liam. Still recording, even when you leave. It's still I'm recording here. So, but yeah, it's just there's so much good music that's been made already. I don't consider myself even close to the great songwriters and musicians that are already up on the board. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't go off of. I never did go off of charts, or I never did go off of other bands or other people. Yeah, I just do the best that I know how to do. Yeah. Oh, fuck, of course, dude. Of fucking course. Dude, I got the t-shirt right here, dude. Look at that. Thrice, Coheed and Cambria. I've seen them like 10,000 times, too. Something is, dude, I'm a huge rock and roll fan. That's why I play music, right? Coheed and Cambria, Thrice, Deftones, Taking Back Sunday, Jimmy Eat World, Foo Fighters, fucking, you name it. So many sick bands. I could go forever, right? And so, and I like a lot of eclectic, like tappy rock and roll. Follow Troy, Me Without You. I think they're a lot of Midwest emo rock. People aren't really familiar with, but I know about. Older bands that aren't even are broken up already. The old school ones, super sick bands. You know, that already came and went, and like they're together for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then split up. Oh fuck, dude, fuck you, dude. Follow Troy is one of the sickest fucking dude. Thomas, dude, one of my fucking, you know what I mean? Like rock and roll jammers, dude. Like fucking like it's one of the reasons why I got started with the tapping and all that shit. Watching freaking Tom jam. But no, I know Follow Troy, bro. They're sick as hell. Have you ever seen them live? Bro, it's the nutsest shit you've ever seen. The sickest jammers. But that's just my taste, you know what I mean? That's like what I'm into, like post-hardcore, like fucking tap rock, math rock, all that kind of shit, emo screamo shit. My Chemical Romance, freaking, of course, All Day Long. I mean, you don't know until you see them live, until you hear them, they're in front of your face. Circa Survive. I'm not gonna start naming bands, but you know what I'm talking about. I haven't seen them live, but I know of the. Yeah, of course. And when you see them live, you'll be an instant fan for the rest of your life because they're that fucking good. But I'm also into other eclectic shit too. Like I'm a huge like UK fan for like Block Party, all that kind of like the alternative scene, like emo rock, all that kind of shit. Like I'm a huge Block Party fan. If you guys don't know. Of course, LS Dunes. Yeah, I know. Freaking Frank's inside there. Yeah, I follow music. I know what you guys are talking about. But you know, besides that, of course, they have killer songs like Circa, fucking Anthony, fucking yeah. It's like a super rock trio, right? With fucking everybody in it. Even Travis from fucking Coys and LS Dunes and shit. But I know about that shit. It's crazy. It's super crazy that all of them are in that. It's like a super rock band, right? With everybody in there. That's what I'm saying is, dude, you know, with all of this said, like, of course we know there's a gazillion super really good bands out there, right? But I never did go off of that. You know what I mean? I never did go off of, damn, they're so good, like, why even pick up my instrument? You know what I mean? It's like, I always was like, I did my own thing. Like, I start from my own level. Like, I don't envy, I don't get jealous of anybody else. I don't try to emulate anybody else. I'm trying to come from a very original standpoint, right? Musically speaking, right? Like, and it's very hard when you have, when there's online, when we have, like, the internet, and we have desktop computers these days and laptops, and we have radio from every corner of the earth we have access to, right? So, yes, that one, yeah, and keeping secrets, of course, dude, of all time. And that's what I'm saying, dude. Is I'm trying to make my albums if I was to look up at the wall right now, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4. I have about 6 music projects. Okay, I'm not gonna name off the names. Those are really good names. I still haven't like LLC'd them on the copyright and all that kind of stuff yet. So, but I have about six music projects up at the moment. Like, and they're there and they're coming to life soon. So that's what I'm saying is like, I never was one for copying other people, you know what I mean? So that's one thing is every song I do, I try to make it as original, come from the most original place possible because I'm trying to make myself into a name brand, right? Like a musical brand, right? Like, and it's really hard with so much guys out these days, right? So it takes a lot of fine focus of just like not listening at all to anybody. You know what I mean? Even though I have all these years of experience and I know about all this metal music, all this metalcore music, all this alternative rock, all this stuff, when I'm in the recording process, I'm really trying to like not think about anything except for just making up a new song, right? So the track runs different, so it becomes original in some parts, right? And it's a very, let's just say it's a very arduous road. It's very hard, but I enjoy the challenge of trying to make new songs. You know what I mean? Because not, of course, music's endless. There's and it'll never stop. But just to even be able to say that I'm at this point where I can is pretty nuts. Because you're talking about like a really regular ass dude over here. I bet you are. You're already naming off Coheed. You're naming off all these crazy bands. I'm sure you're super pro, Curtis. I believe you, brother. We're rolling. And that's one thing is, we're filming. And that's one thing is what I'm trying to say is there's so much opinion. There's so much cats and guys around that it's hard to kind of box yourself into like a little space and kind of come from the ether, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to break out with some cool new songs that nobody's heard before, and it takes a lot of of a lot of denning. What else can I say? How do you say it? It takes a lot of just being by yourself in the recording studio and jamming. It just takes a lot of jamming, man. You know, and the most I could ever hope for my projects and stuff is that I just complete the albums, complete the CDs, play a few live shows. I'm stoked. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to invest all my time in music because I have a life and I have a lot of things going on. Like I have if I was to show you guys what's going on in my life, like okay, for example, if I was to show you guys my wall of how busy I am, here it is. Okay. So this is my wall. As you can see, there's writings on the wall, right? Those are actually businesses that I do. So I do and I have it all. Like check it out, dude. Like I have like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Snapchat, Facebook. I mean, it goes on, right? I got stickers on Redbubble. I got Substacks. You name it, dude. Like I know about online extensively. So, and we have here, we have that, we have all my I have like Amazon business, eBay business. I got shit going on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff I have rolling. I'm one person and I'm doing shit like 100 people should be doing at once. You know what I mean? Like a small team. So, the way that I do it is I just chip away what I can every single day that I wake up, right? Like I wake up and I'm like, okay. And I have like a very calculated day because I also do like film editing for people. I'm a filmer in real life. I film like fitness photography, and I film for just very private clients that do like interviews and like all kind of stuff, like short film movies, that kind of stuff. And I'm an editor as well too. So in real life, I do a lot of things. I have a lot on my plate every single day. So I got painting going on. I'm an artist, portrait artist. I'm a regular artist. I'm a photographer. I'm a fucking dude, you name it. Like there's a lot of shit that I am, right? Like filmmaker, actor, so I wear a lot of hats. But the thing is it overwhelming? Of course it is. When you're doing 100 things at once, it gets crazy, right? So you just have to if you're going that route, you're trying to do it yourself. If you're trying to build anything of importance or of extreme significance in the world, dude, you gotta start from scratch, right? If you're doing this thing, if you're living life, of course you want businesses, of course you want shit going on in your life. So that's what I do personally. I do stuff. I don't hire anybody because I'm not I'm not like a billionaire. You guys, like I'm a regular dude. You know what I mean? So I just chip away what I can every single day. You know what I mean? And it's extremely difficult, but when you got a pen and paper and you got a to-do list, you just do the to-do list, right? And at the end of the day, whatever you did, you're just thankful for. And you wake up and do it again, and you again and again and again, and eventually stuff starts building. Your social medias start getting bigger. You start making music videos and short films and animations and music, producing it, posting it up there, doing live shows like this. That's why it's everybody has their own stage in this progression, right? That is online business and social media and entertainment and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you guys are probably entertainers, whoever is watching this, right? Because you like music or whatever, or you're just a fan, whatever. It's, if I had to say anything to anybody that's younger, I probably would say you want to start early, as soon as possible, whether you're 5 years old or 15 or 25, whatever. Start as early as you can. And when I'm talking about the entertainment industry, I'm talking about making music and all that kind of stuff. Making music or art or computer tech or social media and stuff like that. Like if you want to do Instagram, be an Instagram influencer, or YouTube or TikTok and all. I'm sure you probably want to start young as possible, right? So you get fans build up. People know your name. It's a house name brand by the time you hit whatever age. Unfortunately for me, I'm not so good. I'm not a genius. I'm not anything. I'm just a regular guy that just loves to do it as a hobby. Fortunately, growing up, I just got a lot of great opportunities. Just being in just really big bands and playing arena shows with thousands of people and playing music venues a lot and being in the I grew up with I randomly just grew up with really famous people growing up around me, you know, so we're always in the recording studio. Shit was crazy all the time. There'd be like paparazzi fans. It was nuts, right? So, and I'm from the Salt Lake City, Utah area. I'm from the like Los Angeles area. I'm from like the Hawaii area. And just so happened I grew up with like really famous people around me. So that's how come I kind of live this entertainment industry kind of a life. You know what I mean? Um, but you know, I fell into it on accident because I just love music, you know. And you see how hardworking I am. I have like shit going on, you know what I mean. I got papers on the fucking, I have papers on the wall, like things are organized, like I do shit, like as you can obviously. So that's what I'm saying is you know, with hard work, a lot of great opportunities come up. People need you for stuff. Sometimes they need a guitarist, sometimes they need a video editor or a filmer or an actor or a film director. In the entertainment industry, people pop up all the time. They come and they go, right? Especially here in America, just a land of opportunity. People always want to have startups. You call them like startups, right? Like startup businesses. Somebody wants to do like a short film on YouTube, and you just put your name out there, and you know you network, you meet people, go through the grapevine. Hey, what's up? I'm this and my name's Chris. What's going on? What's your name? Da 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 da. Ryan, David, Cameron. You know, and you just meet all these people growing up. And if you just stick with it and you meet people, you're super solid, you're super cool, smile on your face, you love to work, all this kind of stuff. Opportunities in the entertainment industry arise for you, right? So that's what I'm saying is whatever you do in life, you can go to the very tip top, but you got to be super hardworking and organized and be there when you say you're going to be there and film at this time, and you better be 15 minutes early. It's just work, man, you know. So that's what I do, you know what I mean. I definitely consider myself a musician, an entertainer, you know, a filmmaker, an actor, a photographer, an artist. You know, I very much am an artist. You know what I mean? Like to the bone. You know, I don't usually say it very much because I feel like my whole life I felt like I had to earn it. You know what I mean? Earn the title. You know, and with all my accomplishments coming up and all this kind of stuff, and you know, I really feel like I deserve a chance to be, you know, considered an artist. You know what I mean? And I hold that to a very high standard. You know what I mean? Just because I'm just like that. You know, you don't have to, but I'm just like, I like to hold myself to a bar. You know what I mean? So my whole life has been a crazy, very, very packed journey. Like just very tight schedule, very crazy, like working regular jobs, working entertainment jobs, you know, playing shows. It's a lot. It's a lot of work for one person to put on their plate, you know, when they ain't got much. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I've been blessed. You know, when I say I don't got much, is I'm just say I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a regular ass dude. You know what I mean? But I love it, dude. I love the grind. I love the hustle. I've learned so much through this. I owe my life to music. I owe my life to social media. You know, this is how I meet friends of the entertainment world. You know, or wherever, whatever you do. You know what I mean? It's how I meet people. I go online. I go outside. Shake people's hands. Say what's up. Go to their house. Work on stuff, photography, filming, making music, jamming, recording, whatever, producing, whatever, you know. So that's how you do it, man. You kind of got to just be in it, just be in it to win it. Like, take those opportunities, you know what I mean. Don't sit at home and just eat potato chips and watch cartoons all day. Like, you gotta work, man, if you want crazy cool stuff to be a part of, you know. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn your spot, earn your keep. So, and that's what people want. They want people who are on the ball. Anybody you work with, they're like, they don't want to drag somebody around for, you know what I mean, unless they're super cheap or whatever. But for the most part, they want very intellectually there people that almost have more than what they got going on. You know, that are pro, and they want to learn, they want to experience, they want new connections and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I take my life very seriously. I take my life very, very. I keep every detail of my life very important. Let's just put it that way. I make sure. I've got eBay's going on and Amazon's going on, Poshmark, Etsy's. Like I'm selling stuff. I got stuff for sale. And you live off of good feedback, not bad feedback. So you got to make sure everything's good. Got show times to keep. I got film appointments to keep. You know what I mean? So my life doesn't revolve completely around just music. I mean, I have multiple avenues, as you can see. I'm also an author. You know what I mean? Like I write books and stuff like that all the time. Whenever I have time, I make slots for it every single day, like an hour or two. And I'm writing books. You know what I mean? Writing novels, 50,000 plus words. You know what I mean? Editing them myself, and then publishing them through the website, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called, but you know what I mean. Like freaking, in order to make your life super successful, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. I've been a huge advocate for that. If I could say anything about myself, it's just don't put your. That's just my personal belief. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? It's your life. You can have 100 baskets if you want. You can be an author, a musician, and a filmmaker. You can be a graphic designer, a video editor, and a pro surfer. Whatever your heart's desire, it's your life. You can do whatever you want. So this year has been a giant year for me, like of organization, right? Of understanding who I am and what I'm about and what I like to do. You know what I mean? And it's so vital. It's so vital for a good life, right? To know yourself deeply, right? To know exactly what you love to do, what you don't love to do, and make sure you're doing stuff that you love to do every day, so that you're happy, right? For the most part, for everybody, for the most part. So, life is very deep, and it's very deep, and I'm sure you all know that. I'm just, giving my 2 cents of what I feel like talking about, and it's just that. It's life is very tricky, and you need, everybody wants the good life, and not everybody gets it. Let's just be frank for a second, right? Because not everybody has a $1 billion nest egg sitting in the bank. Not everybody has connections in the entertainment industry or any industry for that matter, right? Not everybody has those opportunities. And I'm saying is, as a regular ass dude who grinded his way into this crazy freaking machine, which is the entertainment industry, and which is filmmaking, which is social media, I grinded my way into this. Okay? I used to get paid literally nothing. Nothing. It would be my free time that I'd give away to them for free, just so I could go in the studio and meet this professional celebrity artist, meet this professional musician, and then we hit it off and I join his band. That kind of shit. It's like I used to do this shit for free. On the street. I used to bus for free. I used to go to art galleries and post up for free and just jam. People just give me tips or whatever. I used to walk into bars and restaurants and just beg the owner or the manager to give me a slot to like just play for free. I wouldn't even ask for anything. Like, oh my god, can I just would you give me the opportunity to like play some? And I'd show them my CD and they play it in the stereo and like, yeah, we want that one. Do that one on stage for like an hour. You know what I mean? So you gotta be about this life. Like you gotta do stuff that you normally wouldn't do. You gotta take chances. You gotta get rid of the shame and the I don't want tos and all that shit. If you're gonna do this for real and you started from scratch, rock bottom, I know all about that because I lived this life, right? I lived the rock bottom life from nothing. And next thing you know, I'm on a fucking arena stage with fucking 10,000 people outside. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is, if you want to do this, rock star life, this entertainment industry life, this social media life, this fucking good life, making movies, acting, all this shit, dude, you kind of got to start it up yourself. You kind of got to be the boss, okay? And you got to kind of do it for free for a long time before you get anything happening, getting thrown your, any small opportunity thrown your way. Because once they see you doing your own thing, especially when you start doing your own thing, like I'm doing it now, I'm doing like live for you guys and I'm speaking, all of a sudden some guy might come in and he's like, dude, I love your speech, I love your vibe, I love the way you talk, this is my number, give me a call, let's do something. You know what I mean? So this is how you got to be on the ball, dude. You got to be like making moves, dude. There's no, and once you hit about 18, 19, 20, like you should already be kind of doing it. You should be kind of making connections already. Should already be in it, like on stage, or you're making movies, or you're making whatever. You know what I mean? Making paintings, making art, doing stuff. Okay, and that's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? You gotta, earlier you start, the better. Because, dude, if you're super hustler like me, like if you're super like on the ball, like how I got like 20 things going on, right? I got Shoreside Gazebo pictures right here. That's an actual movie making production. I got, and that's on YouTube if you want to check it out. I got Borges G. Clay prints, photography for waves, sunsets, all that kind of. So art. I got making books. I got music. Whole bunch of shit, right? I got businesses on the roll too. I got Borges Brand 2026 coming up. So I'm saying I got shit going on. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is have stuff going on. When people see you have things going on, they're like, this guy has stuff going on. He knows what's up. He knows what he's doing. I need him for this and that project, right? So you just grind, dude. Just be working. Be nice with a smile. People see you. People meet you. They want to meet you. Call that number. You know, sit with them on Zoom for an hour. Let them know what's going on. Be cool. Be happy. Have a smile on your face. Like, let them know the info. Don't be quiet. Be outgoing. It's the main thing is don't be a little turtle. Be outgoing, dude. Meet people. You know what I mean? Connection is what it's all about. Because guess what? Even the super big time dogs and the super big time entertainment people, they need motherfuckers that know what they're doing all the time. All around the world. They're like, dude, you know what's going on. We need somebody on set next Saturday at such and such time. Can you make it? Fuck, I'll be there an hour early. Fuck it, I'll help you guys. I'll do it for free. Boom, right there. You just got into a movie. You got into a music video. You got into a short film cast. Dude, the opportunities are endless in this world, but the thing is, you gotta have a website going. Start having your website going with your face on it, nice ass pictures. Work out a bit, make yourself look kind of buff, look kind of like be in shape, dude. Try to be in shape if you can, as much as you can. Like the better you look, people love that. You know what I mean? They love when you look good and you look healthy, fit. They like that shit. They know you're not fucking around. Like they know you're solid. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, dude, like living life for real from the ground up. Dude, you gotta be the cream of the crop, dude. The best of the best for them to even look your way, to even want to give you a call, to even offer you anything. You know what I mean? Before I became a filmmaker, like a self-independent filmmaker, dude, I used to freaking just beg people, hey, dude, can I film you for such and such, for your fitness, for your outside, for your interviews, for this and that. I'll do it for free before. And the thing is, I put all that time and effort in, done it for free. Now look at me. People freaking pay me like $100 for just one session. $50 for a session, $25 a session. That's what I'm saying is you got to build up to that experience. You know what I mean? In the beginning, of course, it's going to be the hardest of all time. Of course it is. That's why in the beginning, ain't nothing going to be right. Everything's going to be off, and you got to do it for free, and you're going to lose a whole bunch of money. That's right on the table, right on the shelf, right out the door. It's nothing's going to be right. Everything's going to be messed up and unorganized, and you're going to lose a whole bunch of money. That's just the going rate for any business you get into, right? So you got to grind. You got to dig those trenches. You got to put in work. And eventually you're going to start striking gold because you deserve it. Because, dude, you work so hard, you just know already. Like, dude, I know how to do this and that pro. I don't and I'm a super busy guy. I got like 20 other clients in the back of me. If you want me to come there, I'll do it for this fee. Dude, they're gonna say fucking guaranteed because you're the man. You got that's what I'm saying. In this life, whatever you want, no matter how big or small, you just gotta be the man. You gotta be over prepared. That's what I'm saying is. That's all. You know, easier said than done, right? That's what I'm saying is, dude, if you want to be Keanu Reeves, if you want to be fucking Johnny Depp in this world, if you want to be the man that everybody trying to get your eyes, trying to get your attention, dude, you got to be about it. You got to be about this life. You can't just be sitting down eating potato chips all day. You know what I mean? You got to like get up and get out there and figure it out. You know what I mean? So, the huge lesson right there for life, you know, for anybody that doesn't know, like, and this is mostly pertaining to just the guy who just sits down and like, dude, I wish I was a musician. I wish I was an actor or a filmmaker. I wish I was like a social media influencer, all this crazy shit, right? Like, I wish this, I wish that. It's not no wish, dude. There isn't no wish in real life. It's get up off your ass and start working towards it. That's all. And of course, the first thing that's going to happen is 100 roadblocks. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't know them. Oh, well, I guess you got to figure that out. That's all it is, dude. It's just a whole bunch of it's all, and after a while, it becomes easy. So what I'm saying is, you got to stare at that steel brick wall, and you got to just grab a pickaxe and start hammering away at it every single day. I promise you, eventually, maybe not right away, but in years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, guarantee you're going to fucking strike gold in your industry because you're the crazy one that's actually pulling shit off. And everyone's like, dude, this is the guy. He does this every single day. He's the best guitarist. He's the best singer. He's the one that wants it more than anybody, dude. Give him a shot. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about in life, is shots, dude. So I'm saying is, even if you're not a billionaire, so it's the biggest thing I'm saying, even if you're not from a billionaire family, even if, you know, if anything, if you come from no money, if you're not from a billionaire family, if everything's going downhill, it doesn't matter where you're from, because anybody can pull it off. Except when you're starting from scratch and nothing, you got to just work 100 times harder than everybody else. I know it's not easy, but I'm a living testament to that. If whatever you want, no matter what you got, even from scratch, dude, you can do it. You got to just figure it out. That's all. You got to just make it happen. Of course, dude, I used to go to like fucking band tryouts all the time growing up. I would get freaking dude, they would can me left and right. They would completely can me. It's like, dude, you're not good enough for this band, but dude, I respect you for coming in and trying out all this kind of shit. You know what I mean? I would get kicked out of bands. I'd show up for tryouts and I'd lose. They'd just say, you're not good enough. Sorry, dude, sorry. Maybe we'll call you in a year or two. Maybe you want to go on this tour if you're good enough at that point. You know, so you got to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to fail in this life to succeed, right? And after, the 10th tryout, fuck, the band was like, yeah, dude, you're freaking hella sick. Then I got into Silence Protocol. Got into Silence Protocol, fucking playing shows all over Salt Lake City, California, all over, Las Vegas, everywhere. So I'm saying is, dude, when you do it, dude, like, if you're going to be playing music, like, anything, like, dude, you're going to fail miserably, and there's no shame in that, dude. The best thing you can do in life is just try, because then once you try and you see, like, they weren't into it or you failed, you'll know, like, you'll learn from that experience more than anything. You're like, oh, they didn't like me because this and that. Maybe next time I should be more bubbly, more happy, more easygoing, more smiley face, more guitar, more singing, all this shit, right? So that's why the more you just do it and fail, eventually, because you fail so much, you learn from it, and then one day you will succeed. Okay, especially with acting and filmmaking, all that kind of stuff too. Of course, when you go for an acting gig, you go inside the booth and they're like, "Dude, okay, we need you to read these lines for this, and that part. Go." And they have the camera rolling and they're recording you all the shit, and like you just do it. You know, I'd fail miserably. They'd be like, "Dude, I'll tell you right off the bat, you didn't make it, but thank you for coming in and trying out." And I say thank you and go to the next one. Go to the next one. When you see like an independent filmmaker on the street doing an acting scene, just go over there and talk to him. Like, "Hey, bro, my name's Chris. I'm an actor and I want to be in this movie. How do you think about that?" And he's gonna look at you like you're crazy. He might say, "We don't need anybody, but thank you." You know, but then one day you keep asking, dude, they're gonna be like, "Hey, dude, actually, you know what? A guy just got sick and we need an extra over here for this part. Why don't you go over here, David, and we're gonna get you all set up. Get ready for the shot. Get ready for the scene." So what I'm saying is, if you put yourself in the right spots, eventually you're gonna get the exact dream life you wanted. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you're in movies. I was in Paradox movie because of it. I mean, I was a lighting guy. All of a sudden, a couple actors couldn't make it because they have bigger movies on, and they put me on the movie. I was one of the main characters in Paradox. 2005 movie. Fucking famous ass movie, indie movie, but yeah, millions of people watched it. You know what I mean? YouTube Paradox. I'm one of the main characters in it. So that's what I'm saying is one of the main actors. So that's what I'm saying is, dude, I've been a lighting guy, I've been a filmmaker guy, I've been actor, I've been an extra, just guy walking in the background of the scenes, all that kind of stuff. You know, I was like this, dude. You gotta. That's what I'm saying. Whatever you want to do in life, just figure it out. You know what I mean? The reason why they call it dream jobs is because not everybody can do it. It's super rare. But I'm saying is, even the super rare, super fun jobs that people dream about, dude, you can do it. Anybody can. But you got to just put yourself in the right pocket. You know, put yourself in the right spot. How do you get into that spot? You better dig your freaking nails in the dirt and start freaking digging. Start working. You know, I made up my mind. I made up my mind when I was younger. I was like, you know what? I don't want the ordinary work at 7-Eleven or, you know what I mean, work at the warehouse forever. You know, I made up my mind a long time ago. I was like, I'll take the hard road and try to make an entertainment life. You know what I mean? Something fun. Something I look back and be like, I enjoyed that shit. Even though I didn't make too much, I had a really great time and it was a great experience. It wasn't never about the money. It was about just it was purely just about the love of the craft. You know, for me personally, you know, and it's very inspiring. If you listen to TED Talks or whatever kind of YouTube big program and stuff about people, I'm one of those people. Like I really am an advocate for the alternative lifestyle. You know what I mean? The entertainment lifestyle, the music lifestyle, the arts and crafts. Jobs where you actually wake up and you're actually happy to be alive and to be doing your craft because you just love it, you know. And everybody's different. Some people love plumbing, some people love being a firefighter, some people love cooking, you know. Just so happened I love computer tech, social media, filmmaking, and making music, writing books, you know what I mean, painting. That's who I am. I'm an artist. You know, of course, it's going to be the financial in the beginning. Of course, when you go the art route, of course, right? So what I'm saying is it's not impossible as you think it is when you think about it. Just on the financial standpoint alone, where you're just like, I need $1 million to do this, right? The first thing you think, dude, that's really expensive. I don't know how anybody who's regular does that, right? Dude, you gotta just get a piece of paper and plan it out day by day. And I swear to God, if you're hardworking enough, it will happen for you. Trust me. If you want it, it's one of those things. If you want anything bad enough in your life, you will make it happen. If you wanna be a filmmaker making movies on YouTube and stuff, or just in real life for Netflix or wherever, Universal Studios, if you really want to do that job, if you want that as bad as you want to breathe, you will figure it out. If you have to do it, right? If it's in your blood, if you're just like, this is who I am, I'm gonna do it or die, or whatever, then I'm sure you'll figure out a way. Okay, that's all it is. It's just Lego blocks at that point. It's just figuring it out. Okay, because in all honesty, you don't need to be a trillionaire to figure this stuff out. You can be ordinary. You can work a regular small part-time job, pay your bills, and on the Saturday Sunday, be doing it. Yeah, is it a lot of work? Yes. Nobody said it's gonna be easy. Okay, and especially fighting yourself, right? Especially if you're just naturally lazy and like to sit down and eat potato chips all day. Okay, of course it's going to be hard because you're going to have to be working buku overtime, working 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs, basically. So that's what I'm saying is it's not impossible. You got to just have that mindset of I will do whatever it takes to make that happen. Okay, because nothing is impossible in this lifetime. I'm a firm believer in that. Look at me now. Dude, I'll put it to you this way. I never thought in a million years I would ever be having enough courage to go to do live shows like this for you guys. I never thought in a million years I would be a professional musician. I never thought, growing up, I never believed it. Even though I was doing it already, in the back of my mind I was like, no way this will ever happen. Ever. There's just no possible way. I mean, I don't have any entry into it. I have no money. There's no way in hell this is gonna. And this is what I'm here to tell you guys is honest to God, I never thought that was possible. Look at me now. Can you believe I'm a filmmaker? I'm a professional musician. Professional artist. You gotta, when you start from scratch, I'll put it to you this way, and I'm breaking this down atomically for you guys. Do it for free in the beginning. Don't even ask for a penny from anybody. Just when you're doing it, do it for the love of the game. Do it for the love of the craft. You will know if you love what you're doing, if you're doing it for free. Okay? And go up to friends. Go up to people you don't know. Go up to people on the side of the street. Go up to people on the sidewalk. Go up to people, businesses, wherever. Just go up to people and ask them. If you see them doing it, whatever. If they're photos, films, whatever. And they need an extra hand, just go out. Hey, can I help you with that? Can I help you take the photograph? Be a photographer. Hey, can I help you guys with the camera lighting? Can I hold up the light for you guys for this shot? There you go. Now you're a filmmaking light holder guy. That's what I'm saying is, dude, beggars can't be choosers. If you're gonna do this thing, you better be willing to do the grunt work in the beginning, because that's all there's gonna be. You're not gonna be the main honcho in the beginning. You're gonna be the sandbag carrier. You're gonna be the freaking nothing. Okay? And they're for sure gonna hire you if you do it for free. Then they know, yeah, this guy's probably a little bit nuts and he doesn't give a shit. So fuck, this is awesome. We'll just use him for this thing. And you don't have to pay him. This is awesome. So that's why, dude, that's what I'm saying is, dude, in the beginning, you're gonna be a grunt. You're not gonna get paid nothing. In fact, they're gonna overuse you because you're doing it for free. So do this, and do these other 10 things over here. And then guess what? Now you're a part of the film crew. You're the grunt, but you're in it. You're doing it. So I'm saying is, dude, it's all about your motivation. As hard as you're willing to work, is how far you're gonna make it in anything in life. Me, if you don't know yet, I'm a super hard worker. And this is when the cameras are off and nobody's watching. Okay? I'm always working. That's why I've made it this far. Okay? I'm always studying things. I'm always studying my crafts. I'm always posting up sticky notes. I'm always doing online posts. it's very spiritual. The whole thing is extremely spiritual. Okay, it's like if you want something, I can never express this enough. If you want something bad enough, you will do it, and you're willing to do whatever it takes. Then I'm sure you're going to be doing whatever it takes. Let's put it that way. Okay, and it's one of those things where it's almost like kung fu. Going to kung fu or doing kung fu, right? I'll put it this analogy. It's like doing kung fu, dude. There's Bruce Lee, okay, and there's a fat nobody that just eats Cheetos all day and just tries to kick up in there. He makes it like half a foot, okay. There's Bruce Lee, and then there's that guy. Now on the spectrum, where are you? Are you the fat guy that can barely lift his foot up, or are you the fucking king of fucking kung fu, Bruce Lee? There's a giant spectrum to this thing of hard work that I'm talking about. See, just because you're ignorant and you don't know the 100 things that you should be doing is no excuse for you not to do it. Okay? That's what I'm saying is there's levels to this thing. Okay? And if you don't know it, if it surpasses your mind, then I guess you're the one to blame why you're not the one in that hot seat. In that professional seat that you want to be in so bad, which you want to be a musician and an actor and a filmmaker and all these great, wonderful, dreamy kind of jobs, right? It's definitely not a dream. It's definitely doable, but you got to just be willing to figure it out fully. Okay, above and beyond work. I'm talking like I pull like 22-hour shifts just doing a couple of things a day. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't sleep at all, and sometimes I'll just be working all through the night. Okay, that's what it takes to become great at whatever you're doing, to be the best, to be the guy that everybody's like begging to get a phone call from you, because your time is so enriching. It's so important because you have that such hard work ethic and experience that you just know everything that they don't at that point. And you're just like, you're the bomb. And they want to be a part of your thing that you got going on. They want you to be a part of their thing they got going on. They want you in their circle because you're the guy that kills it. You're the ripper of it, man. You shred. So that's what I'm saying. Whether it's sales, whether it's online stocks, physical stocks, anything like that, dude, just be the ninja warrior of it, man. You know what I mean? Be the ultimate warrior of it. Like, be the master ninja, dude. And that's the best. Like, especially with online and computer tech and all that kind of shit. I mean, it's an endless rabbit hole of just info and endless apps and endless websites. Whoever knows how to manipulate it the best to work in your favor I'm sure is the one who's going to make a ton of sales. So that's what I'm saying is, dude, there's levels to this shit. Okay, so be prepared. Like, if you want to be the sickest of all time, dude, be prepared for the work it takes. It's a lot of work, man. I'm telling you, I'm a guy who studies this stuff like endlessly. Okay, this is why I'm online. This is why I can share all this stuff, because I know about all this knowledge I'm spewing to you guys. This is real stuff. This is like, there really is online. There really is websites that people pay for every year for them to be up. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Substacks, Twitch, Snapchat, X. Dude, it goes on forever, right? That's what I'm saying is, you gotta understand what's going on, okay? You gotta understand it greatly and deeply, to the utmost extent, so that you can use it to your advantage, okay? And if you're not doing that, I guess that's your fault, okay? So that's what I'm saying is, this thing is a crazy beast, and there's a lot of info involved, there's a lot of work involved that probably swoops right over your head. And so the key is in the eye of the beholder, right? The key is in the eye of the beholder. One second, I need a drink. The key is in the eye of the beholder. What do I mean when I say that? Your mind, your spirit is the key that beholds all this shit, like the whole thing. the whole enchilada, the whole pie, the whole pizzeria. Okay? The key is in the eye of the beholder. Okay? So pretend that I wanted to make $1 billion. Okay? Because we all need it, right? We need a lot of money. Let's not kid ourselves right here. Okay? So pretend I needed $1 billion, which is kind of not pretending because we kind of need it. So let's just say, okay, Chris needs $1 billion to do all these businesses, right? So I'm assuming the first question that would pop into my mind is, well, what does Chris have to do to make $1 billion? Well, I'm assuming right off the bat, you'd probably want really amazing businesses and items and products that people want to buy off of you. I'm assuming you'd want that trade involved right off the bat, right? So you want to give them a good service, a good products, all that kind of stuff, right? Because we live in a very monetary kind of a system. So I'm assuming that's probably the first thing on your list to get pro at. Is to sell products, is to sell services, is to sell courses, virtual, digital, physical, all kind of stuff like that, right? Services, products, items. Okay? It's the first thing you probably want to get good at in real life, I'm assuming. Now, the thing is with that is, it's one of the hardest niches to get good at is sales, right? Because if you get good at sales, obviously the money comes in, the product goes out, you got to resupply the product, and more sales will trickle throughout the year. So I'm saying is, maybe a good idea before anything else would probably get really pro at sales and marketing. But probably your first best bet to making this business actually flow nicely for you, right? So that's what I'm saying is, man, this web is very deep that we're spinning over here. Okay, it's a very deep kind of a web. You know, it all flows through money, and that's what I'm saying is, it's the very first thing on your mind should be making good sales. Now, how do you make good sales? How do you make something for $5 and sell it for like $1,000? The $1 million question, right? If anybody could figure out, I'm sure they'd be pumping that shit out all day. Now, the thing is, with this in mind, okay, how do we make something for very cheap and sell it for very high, right? That's what it boils down to, right? Is, you know, dude, you got to figure it out. You got to test your market. Every single person is his own entity and brand. So I'm saying is, what might work for one person might not work for you. I.e., example, my buddy Caleb, right? He's on the mainland. Okay, for some reason, people love his little magnifying glass shit that he makes. Okay, he makes hundreds of products, but for some reason, he makes these really cool things, and I guess people love the way he talks about it. They love his personality in general, and those just fly off the shelf for him, right? So maybe he picks them all up, like 100 of them up for $1, right, or whatever. And then with his branding and marketing and his style, he can sell them for $100 each. That's what I'm saying is, dude, is you gotta be thinking and coming up, okay? Buying for small, selling for high, right? The margins, right? If the profits are coming in, then it makes your process in whatever avenues you want, whether it's music, entertainment, filmmaking, social media, all this shit. I'm sure you know, and I know for sure, the money's gonna really help in your bills, in your expenses, in all your business fees and raw materials and shit that you need. So that's what I'm saying is, dude, the very first thing right off the bat, let's look at this like a crack in the ceiling, okay? Let's not kid ourselves, okay? First thing you gotta get good at is sales and marketing, okay? For me, I'll put this for example, okay? I have colognes, okay? My colognes, I charge about $200 a bottle, okay? My brand is very baby, it's very new, it's a startup. But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. If I can make it for $5 and it goes out to everybody for $200, that's $195 pure profit right off the bat, right? About not $190, $195. Let's not kid ourselves, okay? That's what I'm saying is, if you can figure out ways, because because for me, colognes work. I don't know why. People buy them. My whole life, for some reason, they see me with a bottle of cologne selling it. They want it. God knows why. I don't know. Maybe they like my face. Maybe they like my attitude. Maybe they like my skin color. They like my smile, the way I present it. Who fucking knows? But for some reason, people see me in cologne. They want it. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's different. Maybe for you, maybe if you sold like mini trampolines, or if you sold like, ukuleles or guitars or whatever, hats, maybe in your general niche, timeline, and area, people just love to buy that shit from you. So you gotta see what works first. Okay? Whatever's work, I'm assuming you're gonna want to double down on that 1,000-fold and keep selling that shit. Okay? Whatever works for you. Everybody's different. Okay? Don't ask me. Nobody, no one person is the same. Even exact twins have different personalities and different facial appearances. Let's not kid ourselves. Every single person is his own brand, is his own identity, is his own universe. Okay, so what I'm saying is, the first universe that you need to master in this real life setup that we have going is, you need to be the master of your business, of your money, of your sales. Because by doing that, when you can sell something for $5 and make $100 off of it per sale, that money that comes in is going to help you with your bills. It's going to help you with your food. It's going to help you with your business products, raw materials, everything you need down the line. So what I'm saying is, dude, it is possible, but you got to just figure it out for yourself. It's like digging for oil, dude. We all know that it's the Wild West still. It just so happens now it's online now. And that's what I'm saying is, dude, I've come across sales where, I was for sure that my little pyramid little diamonds I used to make with the epoxy and all that, I was for sure it would sell. Lo and behold, only a couple sold. But then I put up like leather wallets that I just got from a dealer. Post up the leather wallets, boom, they fly off the shelf like hotcakes for me online, on my Amazon or eBay or whatever. So what I'm saying is universe that's created, which is your brand and identity. For some reason or another, people will just buy it if they like it. If they like it, they'll get it. Okay? You will see the traction over time, what's flying off your shelves. And then you can make your judgments from there. Okay, this one completely sold. Okay, so all my sand timers and my wallets completely sold. So I'm going to double down on those and really pump up the advertisement on the marketing for the sand timers or for the wallets. So what I'm saying is, whatever works for you, do it. That's why I'm a big advocate now, if you're listening to what I'm saying, is don't put all your eggs in one basket hoping that you'll be successful, because 99.9% of the time it's not the case. You got to try 1,000 different trials to see which one's working for you. This is just my opinion, and this is what I know for a fact that's worked over time. Okay, this is from a lifetime of experience. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying is, dude, like, if you're gonna do this thing, do it right. You know what I mean? Like, build yourself original brands and products. Build yourself courses that you can subscribe to people, like subscribe and pay, for them to have your courses and all that kind. Who knows? I mean, business is really endless when you think about it. When you go deep, okay, that's why I said there's layers to this thing. So, for example, if you think about it for 1 second, what is there? There's like music, there's like regular original products, there's like books, there's like courses, there's things, right? And just random things that trickle down the list of what's sellable on earth, right? Everything's sellable, right? Used, new, it doesn't really matter. Everything on earth is sellable. The thing is, some hold higher value than others. That's what I'm saying, man. Is you will get paid directly correlates to what you're able to figure out. Okay. So if you're the guy that knows how to make laptops and knows how to make tech and knows how to make very cool, intricate little toys and all that kind of shit, I'm assuming if you're the founder and the originator, that you got a good head on your shoulders and you know how to make sales. So I'm saying is, dude, is this thing ain't impossible. You got to just figure it out. Nothing is impossible. Okay? First and foremost, nothing is impossible. If you want to be a billionaire, you can. You just have to figure it out. There's an actual blueprint for your specific case to figure it out. And that's what I'm saying. It's to each is his own custom journey, right? If you wanted to make $1 billion, there's $1 billion road that you have to take to figure out. So you got a lot of work ahead of you. You know, and who knows? Maybe you don't even know the niche that you're really supposed to be in to actually make sales. Maybe you honestly don't. Most people don't. They're just like, they wake up and they're like, dude, their brain is just empty and they're just like, I need money. I'm going to work anything I can. When they don't even know truly in real life that they might be a great perfume advertiser or a great founder for some crazy little toy that will sell for millions if you figure it out. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's mind and way of living is different. You just have to find your custom little roadmap that leads you to the money route. It's like a mouse chasing for cheese, right? Think about the cheese, right? And now all you gotta do is backtrack. Go through the freaking maze. Work your way backwards, okay? So if I also work I'm giving you real life examples here, okay? Say, for instance, I wanted $1,000, okay? And that was the cheese, okay? And in my little rat maze, it's there, but it's just really hard to get to. There's a lot of routes, dead ends, all this shit. Work your way backwards, okay? So you're like, okay, $1,000, that's the goal. This is the starlight. Now I'm going to work my ass backwards right to where I am. Okay, so all these corners, weaves, and all these kind of like ins and outs, those are the hard parts of getting the cheese. Okay? So what I'm saying is, when you're doing this shit, so say if I wanted, yeah, I could work a shitty job. I could work some shitty job in the middle of nowhere and be hating my life all day, and then I get like I get the cheese in like a couple of months, right? Let's just be dead honest, right? Yeah, I'll get that. Or I could build my own products at home with the Lord's good grace, you know what I mean, with the Lord's blessings. I could make my own, figure out how to make my own products at home that will sell to the mass public, and then that trade-off, hopefully the overage will cover the $1,000 cheese goal I had, right? Am I right? That's what I'm saying is, dude, like, you got to think outside the box. It's possible. It's the same thing like filmmaking. It's not working a regular job. It's like building your own product. If you want the best of the best, well, I guess you got to figure out how to get it. You got to build that boat, dude. You know, and nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody's looking at you over saying this is a piece of cake. I never told you it was a piece of cake walk. In fact, it's probably 100 times harder than working a regular job. Okay? But if you want the best of the best, I guess you got to dig a lot deeper for that type of gold to be found. You gotta move a lot of more heavy rocks, deeper wells. Okay, so what I'm saying is anybody can get it, but you just have to be strong. You have to be super hardworking. You have to figure it out. And, of course, you can hire 100 guys, but you got to pay 100 guys. So that's what I'm saying is, for most folks, you got to do it all by your lonesome. Okay, because nobody wants to be helping you. Let's be honest. Okay. People got shit going on. They got their own lives. They got their own wells that they're digging for gold, for oil. They don't want to spend their energy and time coming to your house and helping you with shit, unless there's money involved, right? Unless you got $100 bill with their name on it. They don't want to do it. They want the oil, the gold. They want the money. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is if you want to do this thing for real, do the social media, do the filmmaking, do the acting, do the music, living that crazy fucking good life. Well, I guess you got to figure that out. Not everybody's gonna make it. A lot of people want it, but not everybody's gonna make it. Let's just be frank. It's really hard. Okay, not that much people can figure out that kind of stuff that extensively. It's really difficult tasks. Okay, what I built myself a freaking bridge. I built myself that bridge with my bare hands. I'm the one that threw the rope over. I'm the one that built the steps, the steeples, all that shit. That's why I have all these opportunities now. Okay? And that's what I'm saying is, this thing that we're playing ain't easy. It's hard. And there's a gazillion obstacles that you got to get through. Okay? And that's one thing is, dude, with pure willpower, and if you want it bad enough, bro, you will figure this shit out. I promise you that. It may take you 20 years, but if you're super on that route, you'll figure it out, dude. People see you working, they're gonna give you a helping hand. I promise you that. I promise you that. If they see you're for real, and you're like doing this fucking thing, and they're seeing online, they're seeing you local, they're seeing you, bro, friendsters are gonna come out of the freaking woodworks, bro. Out of the freaking woods, out of nowhere. Bro, I know this and that person, I can help you this and that. People will help, bro, but they gotta see that you're about this thing. So that's what I'm saying is, be about whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? You're trying to make money, be about it. You know what I mean? Get materials, get packages, get bubble wrap, get boxes shipped. Figure it out. Customize, dude. Stuff ain't cheap. Okay? This stuff is freaking expensive, bro. Okay? All this stuff that I'm talking about. I'm the kind of guy that's nuts enough that I literally, I'll put it to you guys this way. And this is being 100% dead serious. If I wanted to make, like those little G.I. Joe, toys you see at the store, like the molds for like G.I. Joe or like any kind of like Power Ranger toy and all that kind of shit. I actually know the price and exactly how to make miniature versions of myself and packaged. 1,000 of them sent right to my house. I'm that nuts. I'm that guy. Okay? I know how to do business. Okay? I know about Indonesia and Asia shipping and all this shit. Okay? Do you know why I know about all this stuff? I'm a businessman. Like first and foremost, before the music, before the book writing, before the art, before the graphic design and all the social media shit, I'm a businessman. Don't forget that. Okay? Like, I'm from the fire. I'll put it that way. And that's what I'm saying is, dude. Okay? Is you gotta be like that. Like, in order to master this world, in a sense, in a crazy sense, right? It's like mastering this world, right? Because the one who has all the money, what? Makes all the decisions, right? They're the ones that builds the foundation of the house. They're the ones that make the house. They're the ones that own the title. They own the fucking thing. They own the property. That's what I'm saying is this shit is deep, okay? It's about knowing how to do stuff and actually executing. You got to be the executor of this shit. You got to be there's words for this, right? There's the executor, the devourer. Dude, you have to be the starlight, the star in the sky, bro. If you want to be the ultimate supreme, dude, you got to be the ultimate supreme for real. You got to know how to do all this stuff, okay? It's just about business. It's about just making money, right? Making money, making your dream life happen, making your dream jobs for real, all that kind of stuff, right? You got to be the master ninja, bro. I said it in the beginning. You got to be the master ninja of this shit, okay? And it ain't no joke. I'm not saying this like out of thin air. Like, this is from centuries of living or decades of living, whatever you call it. You know, you have to be the master supreme omega ninja of this shit, bro. Okay? Of everything, of the whole enchilada. You have to understand to a extremely fine, great detail why everything is the way it is. So I'm saying is, do your due diligence, study your history, study your law, study your power and your spirituality and your body, study everything. Okay? You need to be the master omega ninja of this shit, dude, to understand what's going on. Okay? Because the only reason why you don't have what you want is because you don't know how to. Because the truth is, the baseline truth of it all is you just don't know how to make it happen. Okay, out of your own ignorance, and you just don't know what you're doing, or you're too stupid. Let's just be real, right? You're too stupid. Like, it just sweeps right over your head. I want to be this, but I don't know how to be it. Okay, you're missing 1,000 key points of what you should be doing. That's what I'm saying. This shit is deep. Okay, like, real life is actually extremely deep. Okay, there's a reason why everything is happening to you, or for you, or not for you. Okay, it's neither good nor bad. It's actually just, real life doesn't lie. Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, I'll put it this way. When I say real life doesn't lie, okay, for number one, for example, okay, I have no wife. Okay, I have no wife. Why don't I have a wife? It's my own choosing. Am I the best looking guy in the world? No. Could I get one if I really wanted to? Yes. Of course. I'd get a girlfriend, get a wife, no problem. Real life doesn't lie. Okay? If point taken. Am I the best looking guy in the world? If I was, I'd probably have a girlfriend right now, right? So maybe I'm not the best looking guy in the world, right? The thing is, personality wise and looks wise, who knows? It's just my cards are dealt. It's that way. I have no wife with me. Okay. Real life is the true sayer of it all. Okay. Which is a great which is a great advantage towards everyone, for everyone, because it shows you the truth. Real life will show you the truth of it all. Okay. If, for example, say, maybe I'm not the best looking guy. Maybe that's a advantage for me. Now I know. Maybe I should up my looks. Maybe I should exercise more. Maybe I should work more on my vocabulary, the way I speak, the way I present myself. Fix this and that up. You know what I mean? It's the great teller of all truths. Real life, right? Because real life is real. It's true. It's honest. It's there in physical form. You can't hide from it. Okay? And that's what I'm saying is do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Study your history. Study yourself. Fix yourself. If you really knew what actually going on, you'd have over 1,000 things you should be doing every single day. You would never be bored because you'd be too busy working, because you would know what's wrong and you know what needs to be fixed. If you're really down and out and you're broke and you're struggling and you're hurting, boy or girl, there's a major reason for that. Okay, it's because you're not doing your due diligence. Okay. If you're living in hell on earth, I guess that's the true teller of all, right? It's the truth teller of all, real life, right? So if you're living in hell and you don't have anything, well, I guess you got a lot of work to do, unless you enjoy being stuck like that for the rest of your life. Okay? Real life, it doesn't give chances. Okay, we're on a ticking time clock. Everybody's gonna go. Um, it's ruthless, isn't it? Real life. Real life is ruthless and it's honest and it's there and it's real. Okay, I am really a professional musician, and that's from me busting my ass for the past 30 years playing guitar and singing and producing songs with people. Okay, that's real. That's why I know thousands of people all around the world. I could snap my fingers like that and get a $10,000 sent to me right now if I wanted to from a friend. Or I can get guitars and snap my finger, all kind of shit. Okay, could join a band like that, snap of a finger. And so what I'm saying is, all that you have and you don't have is the truth teller of all in this life, right? It's a true real life. It's a truth teller of all truths. So what I'm saying is, whatever is wrong is a physical, is seen. It's physical. It's there. It's real. If you're fat and ugly, and you have no one with you, well, I guess you know what to do. Real life is screaming it out at you. I guess you got to go hit the gym, and you got to start eating healthy, drinking water, and going through some pains to get a nice body. Okay? I guess you got to maybe put a little bit of makeup, fix this, fix that, whatever. Until somebody one day you're walking down the street or you're doing your regular job, and then you meet somebody, and they like you because you look good, and because you're funny, you're nice, and you're sweet, and you're kind. All that kind of shit. Life will tell you the ruthless truth of what's going on wrong with you, and that's the greatest advantage of all. Okay, if you're not making money with these 100 products, but this one is selling, that's a truth teller of all. Okay, say if you have like custom water, 100 other things that you put up don't sell for shit all year long, but for some reason people see you with this custom water business you got going, and they're buying shit left and right, and it's going out of stock every second. That's the truth teller of all. Well, I guess they like you with your water selling. I guess you need to double down on that, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Go by the real life. That's what I'm saying is, go by real life. If you're really making sales off of something, go off of that. Run towards that. If you're selling a course on how to play music or how to paint, or you're doing, YouTube subscribes, all this kind of shit, if people are subscribing and paying, run towards that, market it, advertise that shit to hell and back. Because it's working. Whatever's working for you, do it. Because anything that's working is fucking insane and it's crazy and it shouldn't be happening, but it is. And God is just blessing you with blessings upon blessings. That's what I'm saying. Any kind of stuff that's making sales, you better best believe it's from God himself. And people who are buying it from you, they love you. And they're showing you that love through buying your things. Okay? I'm speaking to you guys the truth. You guys think I'm nuts, but I'm telling you guys the truth. Okay? This stuff is for real. Okay? Like, everything is divine. Everything that's happening to your life, it's supposed to be happening to you. Because you're doing this to the best. If you're doing this to the best of your ability, and you still got bad stuff happening to you, or I guess you got a lot of soul searching and spirituality to ascend to. Okay? This place is not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. This place is ruthless. Have you guys ever watched the movie Pitch Black with like Vin Diesel in it? This place is like crematoria, dude. Real life is a splitting image of crematoria. It is ruthless, and it'll kill you at the strike of a whimsical hat. There is no easy. There is no easy. There is no light way to go about this. The whole thing is ruthless. From you living to your health, to the moment you wake up, to the moment you fall asleep, this place is utter brutality and ruthlessness. Okay. Um, not sugarcoat it now. Okay. We live in a ruthless society. We live in a ruthless nature-filled world. Okay, we live in a very ruthless universe. Dude, there's no, when you think about it truly, I mean, everybody listening to me right now, there is no government, there is no system in place. If the universe wanted to implode in on itself and destroy us all, there is nothing the governments above us or the law enforcement that could possibly do anything about it. This universe, this space and time that we live in is absolutely ruthless. Look what's in the ocean, for example. I'm telling you guys examples because dude, I speak the truth. Okay? You guys don't know who I am. My name's Chris Borges, okay? I speak to you guys the truth, okay? And it's making sense, right? All of it, right? From the monetary system, the money, the sales, to what I'm talking about right now. It's because I only speak to you guys the truth, okay? That's why I'm this old and I made it this long because I'm not a fucking liar. I'm a truth teller, okay? So, number one is look inside the ocean, and what do you see? Sharks, sharp teeth. What does that tell you? What does nature tell you right off the bat? Nature's fucking ruthless. Okay? It'll eat you, swallow you up, and not have a second thought about it. Okay? This place is uncaring. Most people you meet are uncaring. They do not care um, about your well being, about almost anything but themselves. Okay? This is the type of world we live in. It's all animalistic. It's very fine tuned, right? What I'm telling you guys is if you want to be the best of the best, okay, you have to go about it a certain way, ruthlessly. Just you have to go off the truth. Nature, right? What is nature? It's ruthless. Okay? Everything eats each other almost. Everything has sharp teeth and it's deadly. Look at the poisonous plants outside. Look at the killers outside. Look at the sharks. You think God is saving the fish from the great whites from chomping them up to death? Do you think God is over there blessing them? Probably not, right? We live in utter brutality, utter ruthlessness. You got to be more ruthless than everything else around you to survive. Okay, and this is from me speaking to you guys from 40 years, almost 40 years of living. Okay, that's why I made it this far. Number one is, so what's the number one thing is? I guess you have to be ruthless, right? Yeah, in a ruthless place, you have to be more ruthless to survive. Okay. Who kills the sharks? The orcas. The orcas just slam into them, kill them, and eat their livers. 25-foot sharks, all the way down to 5-foot baby sharks. They eat them like candy. Eat their whole being, or they just eat the liver or just organs and shit, the insides. So, what does nature tell you about business and sales and all that shit? It tells you, dude, I guess you gotta be a freaking killer whale around here. Okay? You have to be the apex. You have to be the better businessman, more pro, more solid. Is the great white sharks out in the ocean eating everything? Do you think they care about one another? Look at them in real life. Look at them. Look, when they're in the ocean, okay, and one of the giant great white sharks gets maimed by an orca or by any big giant thing, whale or whatever, in a battle, the other sharks will come and tear it to pieces. Okay, this place is brutality to the fullest. Even sharks, even wolves, when one is maimed, usually the other pack of wolves will come and just eat them, kill them, and eat them like animals. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is, in an animalistic, brutal world, dude, you better best believe that you have to be animalistic and brutal back, even worse than everybody else. Okay, you have to be more pro at which equals right. You have to be more pro at business. You have to have better sales tactics. You have to have better items for sale for a better price, or for lack thereof, for the equal price to what it's worth. Everything's fair, in business. So that's what I'm saying is if you want to make this thing succeed, dude, you got to just figure it out. You have to make it happen. All of it. All of it. Okay? No matter where you go on this road, it's absolutely crazy. Okay? And this is you're talking about somebody who's been around everywhere in the world. Okay? All 52 states. Okay? I've been to every single state. I've been to all over the world. And believe me when I tell you, everywhere is nuts. Okay? Even more nuts than the United States. Okay? Super impoverished, super nuts, super crazy mostly, except for the major cities. And and you, what does it all boil down to? Right? You have to be an utter ruthless, utter ruthless machine of business. Okay, in order to survive comfortably and happily. Right? Comfortably and happily. Big terms in this world, right? Because what does most of it want you to do? It wants you to be uncomfortable. It wants you to be miserable. It wants you to be everything bad, right? So why does a natural world tend to be pushing bad your way? And that's just nature itself. It's naturally brutal. It's naturally ruthless. It's naturally trying to end you to feed the other organisms, all that kind of stuff, right? Both ways for both people, both parties, right? So that kind of a war, kind of a sense, it's very eye opening, right? It's very realistic, right? And
Here's
yeah,
what I found.
people aren't for you. Anybody I'm talking to right now, listening, most people aren't for you except for your mom and your dad and maybe a few friends, you know. And that's what I'm saying is, if anything, I mean, even at your last stand where you're by yourself, I'm sure you'd want to be all for yourself. Just makes sense, you know. What is this kind of what is this kind of existence if it's brutal, if it's uncaring, if it's relentless? I probably would assume it's nature doing its best to reveal its true form to us. Okay, um, and it's not a bad thing. It's neither good nor bad, right? It's just the truth. And so, what your truth has to be is stop being lazy, right? I probably assume would. Hey, Alamo City, thank you, brother. I'm filming right now. If you could please give me a like and subscribe. A little top, I'd really appreciate it. We're filming right now. I'm filming right now, just speaking my mind about business and stuff. Okay, about the nature, the brutal nature, natural truth of reality, and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm saying is, if you want the best of the best of this world, you want comfortability, you want a job you love, you want good things around you, you have to earn it. Okay, it doesn't just fall. Most of it doesn't just fall in your lap. Okay, the reason I can make music I enjoy is because I bust my ass. I work super hard to make it as best as I can. So I really put in a lot of work in my music, in my writings, in my books, in my movies, my paintings, all this kind of stuff, in my businesses, everything I got going on. Is I put in that extra work, the extra hard work, because I know it pays off. Every ounce of energy you give comes back to you 100-fold, right? So, in a monetary system, I would assume, in order for you to succeed properly, okay, who built the monetary system? Other people. Now, what did we say in the beginning? Other people are not for you, they're for themselves, okay? So, of course, it's going to be in a negative towards your favor. Of course it's going to be. It's going to be positive for them the whole way through, and it's going to be negative on your end. That's right out the door. You got to expect that, okay? If you're not the one that built the kingdom, the people who did are going to make your life a living hell as much as possible. You have to expect that. Nobody is your true friend except for your mom, dad, hopefully your brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles and stuff, right? And good friends, hopefully. But for the most part, your blood relatives,
Okay? Everybody else is in it for them, whether that's for a good outcome for you or a bad. Now, for for the sum up of all sum ups, most of the things in life is bad, right? The horrible jobs available, to the horrible cheap food available, to everything kind of bad with bills and monetary system, right? So, in turn, what do you have to do? You have to build products that are better than theirs, okay? That other folks will love, hopefully, get from you to build up another a monetary nest, to build even more products that are better than theirs. It's just a race. That's all it is. That's all this thing is. It's a grind. It's a grind race, okay? For for a good life, for a decent life, okay? If there ever is any type of good, I've yet to see it. I've yet to see it. For the most part, I've only seen greediness and complete selfishness on every deepest level you can possibly consider from humans, humanity, in people in general, in my general vicinity. Of course, there's those one golden nugget in 10,000 people you meet that are just super out of this world, super cool, or whatever. Every 1,000 people you meet one super sick person, that really stands out from the crowd, and they're just doing basic human decency, which is like being nice, you know. And that's what I'm saying is they don't care about how you feel, about respect and being nice to you. For the most part, most people don't care. Okay, we live in a very uncaring society, if you ask me, my personal opinion. But that's okay. Okay, everybody has their right to do whatever they want. Everybody's super tired for the most part because they're always working, so they're super tired in general. They don't have any extra energy to be courteous or decent to you in any way, shape, or form. Okay, most of the time. So that's what I'm saying is there's kind of a reason for everything, just as such as in nature, right? There's kind of a reason why sharks roam the sea, to eat everything, to destroy it, right? Kind of why there's bad people around, because bad stuff happened to them. They don't like the system, so they hurt people. Kind of makes sense, right? If we lived in a super awesome world, I'm sure there'd be a lot less violent, miserable, sick things happening out there. Um, to people killing people, to people um, hurting people on purpose, all that kind of stuff. You know, it makes sense in this kind of a negative world we live in, right? Kind of it all makes sense. Why there's bad people, why there's laws to prevent bad people from hurting good people. Okay, everything kind of makes sense as such as in nature. Okay, and that's what I'm saying is if you're strong enough and you're smart enough to withstand the storms of this life, you can succeed. Okay, no matter how impossible the boat ride seems, there is a way. You just have to figure it out. Okay. Whether you can see it or not is not up to anybody else. It's all purely up to you and God, to the great spirit of nothing. Okay. It's purely up to your own. If God built you that way to figure it out, you would have already figured it out, and you would not be listening to me. That's natural. If you did figure it out, you wouldn't care, because you already figured it out. You figured out how to make all the money. And that's what I'm saying is that it's not impossible. It's actually possible. You got to just hope to God you're the one that can figure it out. Because then that's where all that figuring it out does, to where you make the sales in each single thing, whatever it be. Hopefully it's in something you love doing. If you figure it out, how to make money doing stuff you love, well, I guess you got the best life of all. Congratulations. And that's my truth. It's my absolute truth to anybody listening, all around the world. To each his own. To each, God bless. And I hope you guys. I hope everybody's. I hope every single person in the whole entire world. I hope they all prevail. I hope they all find success in sales, in the stuff they sell. I hope they build something for $1 and make $1,000 off it. I hope every single person does. There's enough room. There's enough resources for everybody. And that's so. I'm a big advocate on humanity, right? I'm a big advocate on people. I love people. I love animals. I love this world. Okay, probably more so than I should, judging by what I've seen. But I definitely do have love for this place. I love people. I love myself. I love my family. I love the natural world itself. Okay, I love this place. If I had another connotation to it, I would tell you, because I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to fear at all. Zero fear for anything. Okay. If I had some kind of negative thing to say about the world, I would say it. I don't. I think the world's a beautiful place. I think the world's a beautiful place. It's amazing. It's very vibrant and colorful. If you're to ask me, though, there's just groups of people that fundamentally make it unpleasant to live comfortably. Okay, powers that be, whatever have you would call them, pockets of small groups throughout the whole world. Families, organizations. They're small ones, that make life hard, but overall, it's a beautiful place. Okay, that's what nature does. It naturally selects. Okay, all the bad ones will be in jail for sure, doing bad things. All the good ones will be free to roam, because it's just natural, right? Bad should be caged and imprisoned, like the evil animals that they are, and the good people shall prevail and be free and do stuff they love. Hopefully, if they can figure it out. See, all is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, the key is in the eye of the beholder. Me, I would consider myself a good person. Truly, to every extent of the word and the meaning and the phrase. I definitely do have a more than I should have outreach of sympathy, of understanding for just everyday people. Anybody, really, any human. I really respect people a lot. Even if they do bad to me, I understand from a very deep standpoint why they choose to be mean to me or undecent or unkind. Everybody has their story. Maybe a bad day, maybe they grew up with bad morals or bad teachings. There's 1,000 different reasons. But overall, I think people are good, and they're very much needed and valued in this world. Every single person. Even if you're handicapped and you can't think too well, or if you have bad disability, everybody has a place in this world. I'm a huge advocate for humanity. Okay, I love people. Okay, but one thing I do not respect and I despise is evil people. People hurt people for no reason. Really evil people, like Hannibal Lecter shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't like killers who kill for sport, for any reason, for that matter, just because they get upset or any kind of stuff. I don't like killers. I don't like bad people in general. Really bad people that literally get off on hurting other people. I don't like that. Not one bit. I think those people should be locked away forever. That's pure evil in its most primordial form, and it shows you, but at the same time, it actually shows you the nature of life itself. That people can even. Okay, I'll put it this way, for example. I grew up in a very loving home, okay, with different families, just bouncing around just because I had aunties, uncles, ma, different people I consider my dad, you know, people who took me in, solid Christian families, good morals, amazing morals, always treated me good, never did one thing wrong to me. Okay, with that kind of upbringing, brought my mindset into a more of a very overly nice, super caring, super giving, more so than I should be for safety reasons, right? Um, but I tell you, it's all about upbringing. If you came from a rough upbringing, or you literally just have a mental disability to incline to hurt things, to destroy things, maybe that's nature, maybe that's God itself. Who knows? Each case is interesting to say the least. But in turn, I grew up kind, respectful to life, other life, extremely respectful. I have a lot of admiration and a lot of respect for people, even if they come from a negative kind of output, towards me, for morality reasons or for any kind of reason, whatever they feel. You have every right to not like me or to disrespect me at your will. We all have constitutional rights, but it's in your right and free will of speech and all that kind of stuff. If you don't like me, you can say whatever you want, but you can't touch me or hurt me. So you go right to jail. So what I'm saying is people have a right to their own thoughts and opinions. Whether that's for my good benefit or for my bad benefit. Maybe people hate me because they're racist, or maybe because they just don't like my type of people in general. They have a certain negative notion. That's for them to decide, right? I'm not somebody I wouldn't want to hang out with, probably, but those people exist. They literally wake up every morning not liking my type of skin color, my type of personality, my type of personal look, and that's for them to decide. Um, because that's God's freedom of thought, right? Freedom of option. You don't have to like me, okay? And I'm sure there's thousands. I'm sure there's thousands upon thousands of people that don't like me just for my appearance, for the way I speak, for the way I think, for my skin color, for my sense of fashion, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, not somebody I'd want to share a meal with, down at a table with, but those people are out there, and it's real, and it's nature, and it's at its finest. Natural selection. What people like and what they don't like is not up to me. It's up to the divine creation of it all, right? So whether for good for me or for bad, I know I'm for the good of me. So everything I do is towards my good outcome and what I enjoy, right? As to each other person should have their right for their kingdom to thrive and to pursue and to do what they want, right? If they do anything bad or illegal, they get their ass goes right to jail. Okay? No pass go, no $200. And maybe um maybe we should take a look at nature and look at it with a finer microscope and see its true form. Maybe it can teach us more than what meets the eye, right? Um, I have a lot of flaws, many, many great to a flaw, and I'm learning every day. Even though I'm already fully mature, I still feel like I'm a child, and I'm growing every single day, intellectually, spiritually, physically, and I feel very grateful for this life, um, for the opportunity to pursue my dreams, which is technology, social media, and music, and arts and entertainment. Um, I very much consider myself a very grateful person for the opportunity to try, even though I come from a background that may not suggest that I should be pursuing these expensive crafts. You know, maybe I should have been more humble and got 3 jobs that are extremely baseline menial for a person like me. You know, maybe I should have, but I'm hard headed and I can make up my own mind, so it's what I chose, right? A couple of nights not eating, well worth it for me. Let's put it that way. I leave you all now with just one more question to consider. How do you want your life to be remembered at your 80-year mark, at your 90, 100-year mark? How do you want your life to be remembered in your own eyes, not through anyone else's eyes, but through your hard work ethic? Do you want to be remembered as in your mind as the guy, as the fat turd that just sat on top of his butt all day just doing nothing? Or you want to be you want to look back and go, man, this kid worked hard, this kid had gusto, this kid really pushed for what he believed in and what he wanted and really gave it his all every day? I think you want the second one, right? You want that heroic, kind of adventurous, kind of a strong outlook, and that's what I aim for every day. Is that kind of a positive, healthy, strong outlook on myself. Yeah, you want to be proud of yourself at the end of the day. You want to look at yourself and go, "Hell yeah, dude! I'm working hard every single day." You know, and that's all the most I could ask for myself. Pushing myself to the utmost extent, and going about my day. You know, doing it right. So, hope everybody's doing the same. Thank you for hearing me out, letting me speak. And I hope you guys have a great night. I gotta get some food in me. So, you guys have a good night, and I will see you when I see you guys. Have a great one. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you on the next live. You guys take care. Have a good one.